Good evening everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. Today I am sat on the floor in a dressing gown because it's my cosy sort of attire, and I thought I would run you through the books that I aim to read in 2026. Now, as most of you will know, I am doing an A to Z at the moment, so that will be a separate video to this one. These are just the books that I do want to get through in 2026 that aren't part of my A to Z. I'm going to do my best to show you as many of these as possible. As you can see, there's a bit of a pile behind me. Doesn't include what's on my desk in front of me as well. So I'm going to try and talk you through each of the books and why I've picked up that particular book, to give you a bit of a summary as to why I've chosen that I want to read it in 2026. First things first, I am going to start off with a book that I have already started reading. So Binding 13, Chloe Walsh. As you won't be able to see from this angle, I have every single Chloe Walsh book from this series behind me. Binding 13 is the first one. We then move on to, I want to say it is Keeping 13 next. I'm going to do this without hopefully knocking the pile over. All of the Chloe Walsh books are in this pile, so I'm not going to worry about showing you them all. If you do want to see them all, I'll try and insert a photo either on the screen over here, or there will be a photo at the end of the video, but I will try my best to include a photo for you. But I've picked up all of the Boys of Tonman series, so we'll see what happens with those. I'm then going to move on to a couple that I picked up most recently, which is one by Rob Rinder, which is The Suspect. Watched a lot of him when he did his court cases on, I think it might have been YouTube, and I think it may have been on TV as well. This is like a horror book, so I thought I'd give it a try. This I actually picked up from a bank charity book sale, so I could put in the pot basically what I wanted to pay for it. So I did pick up this one as well. This is Kathy Glass, Mummy Told Me Not to Tell. It's a true story of a troubled boy with a dark secret, and it's basically a boy who has been fostered. Again, relatable for me. So I thought I'd give that one a go, being as it was in the little pile of books for the charity. I then picked up Any Girl But You by Dana Hawkins. This was recommended to me by the Proud Brigade, which is something I may have already mentioned in a previous video. If I haven't, I'm part of that Discord, and in that is a book club where people put recommendations in. So this again is a recommendation from that book club, so I will be sure to give that a read this year, and I'll try and do a review. If you do want to read any of my reviews, they are on Goodreads. I will link my Goodreads down below, but I am trying my best to put as many reviews on as I can this year. So that is where that one came from. I'm going to move the Chloe Walshes because there are a lot of them. I'm going to put them up there for a minute. Excuse me while I clear my throat. I then picked up some Michael Crichton's. This is Jurassic Park and the Lost World. Jurassic Park here, Lost World over here. These were from Waterstones. Bought these with a Christmas voucher, and because they are related to a game that I really enjoy, which is Jurassic World Evolution, I thought I would pick up the books and give them a go. So these two are going on the pile for this year, which is why I've picked those up. We've got some more Chloe Walshes. Let me just move them over there. Like I say, I did buy all of the Chloe Walsh books. I then wanted to try something different. So we've got Shirley Ballas Dance to the Death. This is actually, as you can see from the sticker, a signed book. Now, when I ordered this on eBay, I did not realise that it would come signed. I don't think the listing actually said it would be signed. But upon opening the front cover, lo and behold, it is signed. So I have that one, and I have Murder on the Dance Floor, which are two horrors that I'm going to give a try. I am trying to get into a bit of horror, but I just thought, you know what, let's give it a go. Can't put any more books on the top of there, otherwise you won't be able to see me. So, next we're going to go for Jeremy Clarkson. So you may have seen before that I have read, I think it's called Diddley Squat, and I can't remember the bottom of it. It's one of the Diddley Squat books. It's the first one, which off the top of my head, I cannot remember the name of it. Bear with me a second. Let me see if it tells me here. A Diddley Squat, a year on the farm. You've got Till the Cows Come Home and The Farmer's Dog. So those two are two that I want to try. I have already read the Year on the Farm. So those two are just basically extras that I would like to read as well. I am going to try and put them there. I will bury myself soon, so I'll try not to put too many more on that pile. Then again, we're going on to a bit of horror because I'm trying my best to get into sort of murdery. I say horror, murdery scenes. So I've got 3 here. I've got Do Not Disturb, The Inmate, and One by One by Frida McFadden. I have tried The Housemaid, really enjoyed it. So I thought, you know what, we'll just try them. They all came with bookmarks as well, which was quite handy. So these were 3 for $7.50 in the works. Bought them a little while ago. Again, they've been on the shelf, but I'm trying my best to get through those. I then have a Casey McQuiston that was reduced because it's got a lovely spine on it. I'm going to give this one a go. I did try one of these for the A to Z challenge, but I think because where my headspace was, I couldn't get myself into the book, so I am going to try it again. I think it was called The Pairing, the one I tried. No, not that. This is The Pairing. I tried another one. Let me see if I can find out what it was called. By the front. One Last Stop. I will be trying One Last Stop again. It's because my brain wasn't quite with it when I was trying to read it. So that is that one. I then have going back to a very young part of me, Kathy Cassidy, and it's Sammy's Silver Lining. And I believe from reading part of this, it just sounded really interesting. And it's a bit of romance. So I thought, you know what, we'll try it. So that's the reason for that one. We then have a Ruth Jones By Your Side. I really enjoyed Ruth Jones and James Corden's book around Gavin and Stacey, so I thought I'd try that. This, I think, is again a romance, so I just thought it'd be an interesting one to try. We've then got Paul O'Grady, Not the Same Without You, written by Malcolm Prince. I assume he is somebody that worked with Paul O'Grady, but again, I just thought it'd be quite a nice thing for me to read. I did like Paul O'Grady. It was a real shame when he passed away, but I just thought, in a way, I just almost had that feeling of I really want to read it. So that's the reason for that one. And then we have A Slow Fire Burning by Paula Hawkins. This is the lady that wrote The Girl on the Train. I'm sure it's called The Girl on the Train. And so again, I just decided that I wanted to read this one. So that is why I've picked up that one. So in total, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 books that I aim to read this year. I will probably get through them. I've already got through a few A to Z books. But these are all on the bookshelf, ready to go. So I'll see how I get on with these. If you do want to catch up with the reviews, I'll make sure they are on my Goodreads. Apologies that the camera angle hasn't been the best, but there was no real place I could film this apart from on my desk. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please do drop a like, and I will see you all very soon. Bye for now.